Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Please welcome the 39th Chief of Staff of the Army, General Mark A. Milley.
Hello, how's everybody doing? All right, now listen up. I think we've got some Marines here. You know, my father was a Marine and Iwo Jima Marine, and he would have thought that was kind of weak. So we got some Marines here? All right, we got anybody from the Air Force? The only one I actually heard in that was Secretary of the Air Force James. Do we have anyone from the Air Force? How about the Navy? What do you think, Adam? All right, do we have anyone from the United Kingdom? Anyone from the Navy? Anyone from the United Kingdom? I'd have to say Britannia rules on that one. Now the last one is not the Army. Anyone from the United States Army Special Operations Command? All right, now Army, don't let me down. You're at the United States Military Academy. Is there anybody from the Army? Whether you're from SOCOM or the UK, no matter where you are, you're all great. You've inspired us all, and I thank you so much for your spirit of competition and your resiliency. You're a tremendously inspiring group of people. And Mr. Secretary of Defense couldn't make it, but Mr. Secretary Stewart is here. And I must say, Mr. Secretary, you've grown a beard in the last few days. Your hair has grown white, but you look no less powerful and handsome. All right, sit down, Secretary. So, hey, look, in all seriousness, even before this week arrived and you all showed up here at West Point, all of you are among the best and the best. And this is a tough competition. A lot of people don't quite realize what this competition means. First of all, you had to walk the hallowed grounds of a battlefield, or you had to get injured or sick in the service of your nation. That in alone makes you best of the best. Just by itself, getting hurt in the service of your nation. But from those hallowed grounds and on those battlefields, whether overseas or even here at home in training, each of you had to in turn compete. There's 250 athletes who competed in these Warrior Games this year. But the starting lineup had between 2,000 and 3,000. So what you saw displayed before you on these courts and fields in 8 different events were the top 10% of the Wounded Warrior athletes that we have in the United States and Britain. Every one of them had to compete regionally, every one of them had to compete nationally, and every one of them had to compete at their service level. They had to meet Paralympic standards. The coaches, the staffs, the referees were all professionals and former Paralympians. The standards were high in archery, track and field, cycling, shooting, swimming, volleyball, and basketball. This is a tough competition. It's not a gimme competition. And I can tell you that there's not an athlete on this field who got there by themselves. They got there because of their family, their caregivers, their medical professionals, their coaches, their friends, and countless others. So to all of you who helped each athlete get here, thank you so much for all you did. And I want to also take a moment to thank the United States Military Academy, Lieutenant General Caslin, the cadets here at West Point, the staff at West Point, and all of the local community and the surrounding sponsors that helped put these games together. This has been a first-class event, and Bob, you and the entire team have done just a tremendous job, which is just one more reason why you're going to be superintendent for life. So thank you so much. Each of you, each of the competitors, each of you is a true living embodiment, a testament to the healing power of sports. Sports provides a place to come together, to learn, to grow, and most importantly, to rehabilitate. Sports keeps us going, teaches us to persevere, gives us a sense of purpose. It reminds us that when we get knocked down, we get back up. We dust off our uniforms, and we push ourselves to our limits once again. Each of you is the living human embodiment of resilience. None of you wanted to be left alone. All of you wanted to reconnect. Each of you became part of a team. And you have proven not only to yourselves, but to all of us and indeed the entire world, that for each of you, there's no mountain too high to climb, and there's no river too wide to cross. And none of you know the meaning of the word quit. None of you will stop. And there is nothing on this earth that can defeat anyone like you. As I looked out there today and have watched some of your teams in the past, I can see that there's a flame that burns inside each one of you. And that flame is represented by the Warrior Games cauldron. And I see that fire burning in you, and we will soon pass that flame from the Army, this year's host, to the Navy. But that fire in you, that fire to thrive, that fire to compete, that fire to overcome, that fire of passion will never be extinguished. Because all of it, all of that fire that you have in your belly is not able to be extinguished. Every one of you, no matter who you are or where you came from, will still have mountains to climb when these games are over. You know that, and I know that. Every one of you is going to have another river to cross. It doesn't stop here. It's lifelong. It goes on. But every one of you has the strength, and each of you has in your heart, each of you has in your mind, each of you has in your very soul the power to prevail. And there's no group of people who make me more proud as the 39th Chief of Staff of the Army than you do. Army strong.
Thank you, General Milley.